In the summer of 1533, a woman was crowned Queen of England. Her name was Anne Boleyn. She had risen from a minor nobleman's daughter to the most powerful woman in the kingdom. She was brilliant, ambitious, and dangerous in ways no one around her fully understood. 3 years later, she would be beheaded by the very man who placed that crown upon her head. Anne was not born to be queen. She was sent to the courts of Europe as a young girl, and she returned to England educated, cultured, and deeply ambitious. She moved through the Tudor court with an intelligence that unsettled almost everyone around her. She was not the kind of woman who could be easily ignored or easily controlled, and that would become her greatest danger. When she caught the eye of King Henry VIII, she made a decision that would change the entire course of English history. She refused to become his mistress. She would only accept him as her husband. Henry was already married to Catherine of Aragon, who had failed to give him a living male heir. So he did something no English king before him had ever dared to do. He broke with the Roman Catholic Church. He declared himself the supreme head of a new Church of England, and he severed ties with Rome that had stood for centuries. He divorced his queen, and he married Anne. Anne became queen in a country that had been torn apart and rebuilt entirely around her wedding. She was powerful, celebrated, and surrounded by enemies who had never forgiven her rise. But she was more vulnerable than she knew. None of that power could protect her if she failed to give Henry the one thing he truly needed: a son. She gave him a daughter instead. That daughter would one day become Elizabeth I, the greatest monarch in English history. But Henry could not see the future. He only saw his failure. He had already chosen her replacement. Her name was Jane Seymour, one of Anne's own ladies-in-waiting. Henry was secretly meeting with Jane while Anne still wore the crown. In May of 1536, Anne Boleyn was arrested. The charges were extraordinary: adultery with 5 men, including her own brother, treason against the king, witchcraft. The trial lasted a single day. The verdict had been decided before it ever began. Anne denied every charge with a composure that stunned even those who had come to condemn her. It made no difference at all. 17 days after her arrest, Anne Boleyn was beheaded at the Tower of London. Henry VIII married Jane Seymour the very next day, not weeks later, not months. The next day. That single fact tells you everything about the trial that came before it. Anne had not been judged. She had simply been removed. Here is what modern historians now believe. Every single charge against Anne Boleyn was fabricated. The evidence was manufactured, and the witnesses were coerced. She was destroyed so that Henry could remarry and try again for a son. One of the most powerful queens England ever had, executed for crimes she never committed. The daughter Henry dismissed grew up to become Queen Elizabeth I. She ruled England for 45 years and is remembered as one of the greatest monarchs in all of history. Anne Boleyn died at 35 years old. But her legacy outlived every person who destroyed her. The story they buried. Follow for more secrets that history tried to erase.